So it's that time of year again, right? You've got a goal, you're fired up, you're absolutely convinced this is the year it all sticks. But hey, if you've ever found yourself right back at square one by February, you're in very, very good company. Let's get into this and figure out why our best intentions seem to just fizzle out. Because, look at this number. The data is pretty clear. A wild 80% of New Year's resolutions fail. And not like by the end of the year. Most of them are done within the first few months. It's a pattern so common we almost just expect it to happen. But why? What is going on here that trips up 4 out of every 5 people? And there it is. This is the story we always tell ourselves, isn't it? We blame it on some personal failing. We think of willpower as this muscle and, well, ours just isn't strong enough. We look at other people crushing their goals and we just assume they've got more grit, more raw determination than we do. But what if that whole story is just a myth? What if the reason we fail has nothing to do with how strong our will is and everything to do with the strategy of our thinking? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down today. Okay, so let's get into our new approach, focusing on thinking, not trying. We're about to see that success isn't about just gritting your teeth and pushing harder. It's about being smarter. It's about understanding the blueprint of your own brain to get what you want. The real key here is a concept from psychology called executive functioning. Now, the easiest way to think about this is like the CEO of your brain. Seriously, it's the little command center in your head that's in charge of planning, focus, and self-control. So when a resolution falls apart, it's not because your willpower muscle is weak. Nope, it's because the CEO's strategy needs a serious upgrade. And you can see the difference right here. The old willpower myth treats it like a phone battery that just runs out. Of course that leads to burnout. But the strategic approach, what we're calling cause and effect thinking, sees self-control as a skill you can actually learn and get better at. It's not about forcing your way through a brick wall. It's about finding the door. And that is what leads to consistency. So let's get practical. Let's talk about the first tool for your new strategic toolkit. We're calling it the power of one choice. And this whole idea is about starting small, like ridiculously, almost laughably small, and understanding the butterfly effect in your own life. We have this idea that to change our lives, we have to make these massive, dramatic changes overnight. We go from couch potato to promising ourselves we'll hit the gym 2 hours a day. But that's just not how lasting change works. The butterfly effect shows us that one tiny, almost unnoticeable choice, if you repeat it again and again, is what actually redirects your entire life's path. Just look at how this plays out. The choice? Read just 5 pages. It feels like nothing, right? It's almost trivial. But the magic isn't in the choice, it's in the consistency. Do that tiny little action every single day, and without any heroic effort, you've suddenly read over 150 pages in a month. That's the power of one small, repeatable choice. All right, tool number 2. This one is designed to tackle the exact moment most resolutions die, that first little mistake. This is all about moving beyond all or nothing thinking. We call this black and white thinking, and it's a total killer. You're on a perfect diet, then you eat 1 cookie. You swore you'd work out every single day, and then you miss 1 session. For so many of us, the voice in our head immediately goes, well, that's it. Ruined it. Guess I'll start again next week, maybe next month. Sound familiar? So here's the mental flip. Instead of seeing that slip up as a total failure, a smarter mindset sees it as just a data point. That's it. It's not a moral failing. It's just information. You missed a workout. Okay, so why? What can you adjust? The goal isn't being perfect. The goal is making progress. It's about getting right back on track at the very next chance you get. That's how you navigate the nuance. And that brings us to our third and final tool. And honestly, this might be the most powerful one of all. We're calling it mastering the pause button. This is the one that gives you back control right in the heat of the moment, when you feel like you have none. The fancy term is high cognitive delay, but really all it is your brain's pause button. It's the skill of creating just a tiny bit of space, a microsecond, between feeling that impulse to do the thing you said you wouldn't and actually doing it. And here's the process. It's so simple. Step 1, just notice the urge. That's it. Step 2, force yourself to pause. It only has to be for a single second. In that tiny little second, ask yourself, what's the long-term result here? And then you make a conscious choice instead of an automatic reaction. That 1 second, that's where you take all your power back. So let's recap your brand new toolkit. Forget about willpower. Start thinking like a strategist. First, you're going to harness the butterfly effect by focusing on one tiny, consistent choice. Second, you'll navigate the nuance, treating a slip-up as data, not a disaster. And third, you're going to master the 1-second delay to break the cycle of impulse. Look, this isn't about some massive, painful overhaul of who you are. It's just about being a smarter strategist with your own brain. So instead of asking, how can I get more willpower? I want you to ask yourself this. What is the one tiny, repeatable action you can start today that over time will change absolutely everything?